the client has to pay some price to the developer or to the person that they want to be there. So we use equity financing to effect on that particular situation. So a wide range of product to cater for house financing. If your legal and regulatory environment allow you to do murabahah, it may be the most suitable product for you. If the legal and regulatory requirement allow you to do ijarah, for example, then that may be the suitable product for you. In certain circumstances, murabahah is not possible, ijarah is not possible, yet you have another structure which is what we call equity financing, diminishing equity financing using the musyarakah contract. The musyarakah contract basically used under equity financing is that, say for example, I want to buy a house. The house worth 200,000, for example, 200,000. And instead of the bank purchase the house and sell the house to me, I go to the bank, I will negotiate with the bank that we are going to purchase the house together. So I will purchase the house together with the bank. Say for example, I purchase 20% of the house, I pay 40,000, and the bank will purchase another 80% and paying 160,000. So now I am the bank together, the owner of the house. Me having 20% ownership in the house, and the bank has 80% of the ownership in the house. After that, the bank will lease its portion to me of the house. I pay the bank rental over that particular asset, and at the same time, I will purchase gradually the ownership of the bank. Say for example, I purchase gradually, slowly. At the end of the period, the house is solely mine. And because the house is now mine totally, I have no reason to pay the bank anymore, and this musyarakah contract is dissolved. So what I'm trying to demonstrate here is that for you to be able to do Islamic finance in your retail banking, you can choose whatever contract that can suit the practice of a particular jurisdiction and what is better for the community to accept and apply on that. All are those Sharia compliant. Vehicle financing also have the same reason. They have murabahah, they have also equity car financing. In Pakistan, for example, I was there when we talk about that. They said in Pakistan, the car financing, they use musyarakah. I know it's musyarakah, but how you do that? It is the product name musyarakah, CAR, car, not musyarakah. By Standard Chartered Pakistan, they call musyarakah. Musyara and CAR for car, not musyarakah. So they use equity on car financing for that particular situation. And you can also use ijarah the way that I have explained also for the car financing for that particular situation. In Malaysia, we are exploring the use of murabahah and the use of equity financing for car financing for that particular. Again, Islamic financial institutions or financial institutions that offering Islamic products to the client and the client themselves can choose from this variety what suit their financial planning, what suit their needs, what suit their legal and regulatory framework for that particular jurisdiction that they are in. And also, sometimes you need cash for a reason or another, and you may use also the murabahah, the ijarah, the one that I explained the same way, and also the cash facility under the concept of tawarruk for that matter. And the credit card, also you can use various contract for that particular situation. This is the sample of the mudarabah contract that I mentioned, where the capital is provided by the depositors. The bank work as what we call mudarib min Arabic or entrepreneur, to work with the money. Whatever profit generated will be distributed between the banks and the client on certain ratio that they have agreed on. In South Africa, this rate can be based on negotiation. And that even in that particular situation, the ABSA Islamic Bank, for example, can be based on negotiation when you come to the bank. What you anticipate from this partnership to happen. This is the wakalah-based deposit, the one that I mentioned. Sorry. This house financing, as I mentioned, you can use murabahah. I have explained everything. I put the draw here and there to show you how it works in terms of the structure. You can go back and later on see Number one, client identify the house, bank purchases the house at bank purchases the house at cost price, which is the purchase price. Then the bank sell the house to the client at markup, and you have all this the flow there. The ijarah also you have all the flow. The equity house financing also you have the flow there. I think this slide will be given to you later for you to go and see the flow. I don't have enough time to go in detail flow after another for that particular. The intention of this early riser, I believe, to just overview on how retail products, retail banking can be made available under the Islamic structuring. The car financing, you have opportunities to and possibilities to have the car financing using Islamic products for that particular situation. The personal financing, where a person may need cash, they may want to do something for the cash that they don't want to tell the bank, or there are certain circumstances in which you cannot use a particular contract to effect on. For example, in Malaysia, I think you know that Malaysian law, we follow the common law system, yet when it comes to land system, we follow the torrent system of Australia. It's different from UK law a little bit, it's different from American law a little bit. I think Canada also a common law system, in some part of it I believe. But in our land administration and land code, we follow the torrent system of Australia, where you cannot purchase a land unless the land have been under one name. So say for example, you want to buy a piece of land, but there are 10 names over the land. You cannot go and say, I want to purchase only this piece of land. Because you cannot, you want to buy all for that particular situation. You don't have money to buy all, or it's not your intention to buy all. You want to buy only a piece of land owned by a person of the 10%, for example. So you cannot go to the Islamic Bank that I want to purchase the land using this land. So the bank cannot go and purchase the land because it's not possible under the law. So what we do is that the possibility is doing tawarruk, for example, and giving the client the cash to go then and purchase the land on its own, on that particular situation. So what I'm trying to say is that there are possibilities and opportunities to have Islamic retail banking in the personal financing for that particular situation. Card facilities, another facilities, equivalent Islamic facilities you can see from the conventional practices. Of course, there are a lot of card facilities. Some they have credit card, some they have charge card, some they have debit card. In Canada, I have been made known that they are called prepaid card. You don't use the word when you go to Malaysia. You want a prepaid card, they give you a prepaid phone card. Because prepaid card in Malaysia is used only for the phone card. When you want kind of prepaid credit card, they call it debit card for that particular situation. So in Islamic banking and finance, all those cards can be facilitated by Islamic banks, Islamic financial institution, or financial institution that offering Islamic products to offer cards based on either credit cards, charge card, or debit card for that particular situation. This is my conclusion. As you can see, the potential for retail financing within the Islamic sphere and ambits are so huge. The possibilities are there, and I believe it's very timely for the Canadian society, Canadian government, and also financial institution in Canada try to explore this opportunity to offer this to their clients in Canada, be it Muslim or non-Muslim. In Malaysia, for example, Islamic banking and finance, nobody can claim they are for Muslim. The latest what we call the latest statistic issued by Negara Malaysia, the Central Bank of Malaysia, anticipated in some banks, for example, the deposit account in some bank, the deposit account, the current account, 80% of the holders are non-Muslim. So these products are not only for Muslim for that particular situation. Islam is universal. Islam is for everybody to celebrate, and Islamic financial products also for everybody to use and to be availed themselves with. With that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.